Blackie, what's up, buddy?
Gilt, what's going on, man?
Good to have you. Thanks for coming by.
Thanks for having me.
Awesome to have you back in Boston as well, the hometown.
Oh, I can't wait to check out the scene inside.
So for those of you guys who don't know, this is Colin Blackwell, played for the Rochester Americans in the AHL, played for Harvard in college. This year in Rochester, you had 45 points on the year, 30 of those coming in the last 19 games, so pretty big hot streak there. Blackie's also a seller on Sideline Swap, if we're allowed to out you for that.
Absolutely.
And today we're going to get to know him a little bit better, check out the gear he's using, and give him a tour of the office. Let's head in. Thanks again for coming by today, man. So we thought it'd be pretty cool if you could show the fans out there what you used in Rochester this year for gear, and then I'll probably throw some rapid fire your way as you do that. So stay on your toes.
I was gonna say, keeping me on my toes at all times. Let's take a look at what I got in this bag here. Start off, first of all, best colors in the AHL. We got, in the AHL, everybody's sponsored by CCM. There's a few players on each team that are considered exempt, but for the most part, everybody uses CCM gear. And here we got the pretty much standard CCM HP70 pants. Some guys use turtle shells and whatnot, but I feel like this is pretty standard for me and kind of across the league.
You didn't get an exemption?
No, definitely not. I've been using these gloves for 2 years now. CCM HG97s for gloves. I got the customized shot blockers on there. Play a little bit of a grindy game every now and again.
Wow,
so,
ECAC hockey.
Exactly, dating back to the ECAC days. All throughout college, I used a size 14. When you play in these hotter rinks, the gloves kept expanding a little bit. And it felt like they were just getting bigger and bigger as the game got on. So I actually went down this year a size down, hoping they'd expand to a 14. So that's pretty much, what they feel like right about now.
Kind of sweet. They have the logo and number customized on the cuff as well there on the inside.
So that's kind of just what the equipment managers will do, kind of the little things that kind of go a long way.
That's awesome.
And skates. These are the ones that I used recently, but I got a brand new pair in there. I grew up, I used Bauer skates for a little bit, but for the past 10 to 15 years of playing hockey, I've been using Reebok. Now Reebok is CCM, so these are the 50K ripcore skates. They still have the pumps on them. I've been using the same exact kind for, I'd say, since it was the 5K way back in the day.
So since you got some new ones, think the fans will have a chance to grab those on Sideline?
You might be right. You might be right. The undergear that I got, kind of pretty greasy. I've been using it for a while now, probably dating back to our college days. Anything in the AHL that's underneath your equipment or not able to be seen, it doesn't have to be CCM. So some guys will use Bauer. I kind of use a bunch of different stuff. Helmet wise, I try to find anything that's closest to the Bauer 4500. That's pretty much what I used throughout my whole life. Got my number on it, team sponsors and whatnot. CCM half shield too. This says V10.
Oh, there we go. This is the hottest bucket in the league.
Exactly. So everybody, it's pretty standard across the league. Everybody's using this. Elbow pads wise, these are CCMs. They're obviously pretty beat up. Yeah, exactly. I've been using these actually throughout my college days too. One of the last but not least, we have probably the best shoulder pads that I've ever used. These are CCM shoulder pads as well. They're extremely lightweight. I'm able to kind of move around out there and it doesn't feel really bulky.
Able to blow guys up in them?
Yeah, I have a couple of those this year, but a couple of people came after me afterwards, so I don't think these shoulder pads are protecting my head from getting beat in. So
what's that bag in there? Is that a skate bag, shave bag?
Yeah, so this is, I didn't bring the shave bag with me, but always bring an extra pair of skates to kind of every trip or every game that we go on. So we got a Rochester Americans skate bag, and these are my brand new 50K. We got black steel on these. That'll be breaking in this summer. Got the pumps on those, the ripcore skates, but yeah, the black steel everybody always notices. It's something that you don't typically see nowadays, but I just happened to kind of get used to it this year, and with some of the different rinks that we went on, some people switch it out, but yeah, I've been lucky enough to kind of keep it in there.
So other than the helmet, obviously your stick's probably the most important weapon you carry. Can you walk us through what you're using and why you use it?
Yeah, definitely. I'm pretty strict on what stick I've used. I've been using kind of the same specs for a while now. Everybody's using CCM sticks now, so I'm using the CCM SuperTac 2.0. But dating back to our college days, I always used Easton sticks, but I just got the same exact kind of make and model, transferred into the newest CCM model, and I've loved it ever since. I have 90 to 95 flex stick, but I cut it down a couple inches, so I use a pretty stiff flex. Once I started playing center again, I noticed that all the best players in the National Hockey League when I was watching were using extremely short sticks, and especially the centermen were using really stiff sticks too. It helps a lot on face-offs. Lie is 5, and it's a reinforced shaft too, so they're pretty stiff, and I'm able to get kind of quick shots off. Pattern, I've been using this for over 10 years now. I've always wanted to add a little bit of a toe to it, but it's the original Sackett curve. This is kind of my bread and butter. This is my baby.
Sweet. I mean, one thing that sticks out is that you have an absolutely egregious tape job, full sock, and on the knob. Why?
So to be honest with you, it's a funny story. I used to tape my stick to probably right a little bit over the heel. Took 2 years off from hockey, probably 2012 to almost 2014, and we were watching the 2013 Stanley Cup Finals, and it was the Chicago Blackhawks, and Marian Hossa, Patrick Sharp, all those guys, they had pretty much these little socks over the heel of their stick. Not only did I like all those players, I kind of thought it was pretty cool. So when I was just stick handling in my basement, I kind of did it one time, kind of liked it, and then when I ended up going back to Harvard and playing, once I got healthy again, and I think I scored a goal in one of the games when I first started doing it, and I said, you know what, I'm going to stick with it. Been 3 or 4 years since then.
Sweet. Think you'd show off how you tape it? I don't even know where you start on that.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll have to untape it and then show you how we do it.
Awesome. Let's see how it's done, man.
Yeah, so a lot of guys, they'll use the whole scissor method where they ended up getting it really pretty and cut it, but I just like to get it done and get it over with, and usually leave a little bit on the toe.
Roll it over. Are you a wax guy or no?
No wax.
Really?
Yeah.
How often do you retape?
Between every period.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I'm not like you.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
You'd retape every 3-4 games. I always grew up going taping toe to heel.
Yeah.
Some guys are heel to toe. I was always told that as a righty, when I was shooting off the toe, it would hit against the ruffles of the tape job.
Yeah.
So it's all preference, I suppose. When I first played in San Jose, I was using skinny white tape. Would never even have thought of using thick white tape. And just one time I did it that way, and it's amazing how much time it saves and everything.
I guess you're taping it in between every period.
Yeah. I usually cut it right there.
And that's as high as she goes?
No, and then it's a 3-part tape job.
It's a mid-calf?
Yeah, it's like the Nike mid-calf socks. We'll go, this is pretty high, but like right to where the CCM is, right there, a little bit lower, and there she goes.
That's all she wrote. Awesome, man. That's lethal. Alrighty, Colin Blackwell, thanks for stopping by, man. Good to have you here. It's been a long time coming, and now we're in your city. We'll be hopefully seeing a lot more of you.